Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Happy New Year. It seems like things are going awry on Twitch's end. So, hello. Happy New Year. Where are we? Where is the pop out? There's the pop out. But I think what we're gonna do, God. Oh boy, I love setting this up because I didn't mean to minimize OBS Studio, but it just went over to the main screen, which is not what I wanted. So it is going to take a little bit to set up, so give me a minute while I figure out my life. Alright, there we go. Where is Dead Cells? Let's make sure we're actually in the game. Okay, it doesn't like that. Well, we get to try. There we go. Alright. Yeah, now my switch turned on. Hold on. Alright. Oh, of course. There we go. Gotta get creative with how to deal with enemies. Alright. It's been a while since I've played this game. But, you know, we'll figure it out. I think that was a thing that I needed. Ow! Oh, there we go. We did it! Hopefully we get a new weapon, because holy cow. Please don't crash. Cool, it didn't crash. Hey! We get a new weapon. Okay, we got the specialist showroom. Well, let's go with our usual setup. Yeah, no, I haven't played this game on PC in a while. So I'm just getting used to streaming it again and getting used to streaming again. Wait, what's down here? Oh, it's an alternate path. Ow! Is that all that was? Is just... Yeah, that's all that was. Oh, wow. The chaos weapon. Yep. What is this? This is new. See, Morass of the Banished. Oh, I've never been here before. I'm not excited. Come on. God. God, quit disconnecting! What in the... What in the... I don't know what this is. But I'm gonna have a fun time trying to... Yeah, no, I'm not entirely sure what the heck to expect. Oh, did I not update the category? Uh, okay, now. Now it's working. Okay, let me open my drink. All right. Let's see how far we can get this time. Okay, there we go. Hey. All right. And there we go. Slowly making progress doing this. Oh, hey. Toxic sewers. I don't remember the last time I've been there. But yeah, like, I'm gonna have a fun time. Alright. There we go. Get the usual, hey, you know, let's, have a cheat of death once. But no. I suppose, this is kind of a fitting game to come back to because I feel like I played this game a lot in the early part of last year. So, I'm trying to think of like some other games that we could play on stream that I have wanted to play. I suppose I could see if Subnautica works on Linux Mint, but I haven't really tried that game on Linux Mint, so I'll have to try it. And lots of stuff going on right now. Lots of enemies. Alright. Whoa, hello. Well, we can't go up that way, so... I suppose we could play Belmont's Revenge and try and finish that. I don't know how close we were to actually finishing it, but I'd probably just start a new game of that and see how far we can get in one stream. Oh dear. I'm doing a full upgrade. Now, I don't even remember what way we came. Okay, we came from this way. So let's go this way. See if that leads us anywhere. Well, we're making some progress. I do know that Global Game Jam is coming up in at the end of the month, so we will be partaking in that again this year. So that'll be fun. Okay, we went that way. We came from that way, so then we go down. Yeah, no. Trying to figure out where to go. Okay, we were there. Oh, hey, I may have found it. All right. Alright, we're making... I feel like we're making progress, but I'm probably wrong. No. There we go. We made it through Ramparts in 8.5 minutes. I mean, I will say I'm not very good at the game, so this is, but it's still a lot of fun to play. So, but yeah, no, going back to Global Game Jam, that comes up in like 3 weeks, and I do want to partake in it. So, I will probably be doing that from the 20th to the 26th. I don't know what particular jam I'm gonna partake in, so. We'll figure that out when the time comes. Well, well, okay. So we gotta go back up and go the way we came. I'm actually gonna make sure. Okay. Title and game are accurate. I want to make sure because I know I've forgotten to change that stuff in the past, so. Alright. Oh! Ow! Oh, I thought I healed on that one, but I guess not. But no, yeah. Again, with Global Game Jam, I do have some setup to do before that in terms of tools, because I do want to actually try and make something in Mono Develop, or not Mono Develop, Mono Game? Mono Game. So I'm actually curious what I could come up with. I think I'm going to take a lot of time to just learn the new technology. Let's drop down. Alright. Ha! The Castlevania level. What other... Going back to, like, just basic stream things that I want to do. I want to play more games, but I don't know what games I want to play. I could see if I could get Chrono Trigger working. That'd be a lot of fun. To try and play Chrono Trigger. But no. I could do... We've done Game Dev Tycoon. I want to do Subnautica. Like, see if I can actually finish that. Or, like, get even remotely close to finishing that. Satisfactory. I'd like to play that again. That was a lot of fun to play on stream, so I'll probably try and return to that. Those will be the Saturday streams, of course. You know, or mainly Saturday streams. What is this? What? Oh. That's broken. I think, honestly. There. Alright. Yeah, no, this is a broken... The range. Yeah, no, I've never seen this in game. So, I've never seen this in game, so that might be a new weapon type. Well, that's not what I wanted. I didn't think I fell that far. There we go. On to the next floor. Ah. One of these rooms where... Oh, say, ow. Yeah, that room is somewhat tricky sometimes because you don't know when when these things are gonna turn over. Alright. In all under 6 minutes. We got through the first... Actually, I think it's just under 4 minutes 45. I don't remember how long it took us to get through the first... And we'll just invest into the frostbite. Get the rest of the mutations. You feel like you don't belong here. The walls themselves seem to judge you. Alright. This seems overpowered, but... Yeah, no, the pistol seems a little overpowered to me. But holy crap, I'm not gonna complain too much. Wait. I mean... Where are we gonna go? All right. We're at Master's Keep. I mean, that's about all we can do. And jump. And yeehaw. Heal. And there we go. I'm actually curious to see how I fare against death. Dang it! I was so close. Darn it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long we're gonna be live today either, because I still have to set up like dev environments and stuff. So I guess I should talk about why I have to set up dev environments. So here, we'll go to our BRB screen, and then we'll switch topics and stuff. So give me a second, just so. Because I do want to actually talk about this, because I've had a fun experience running Slackware, and I want to tell people how this all started. So, about a couple weeks ago, like last week, I went to update the Arch system that I was running. I went to update the Arch system, and the .NET command line will not update. It will say, this already exists. You know, this already exists, so it won't update. I don't remember the actual error. So I did some digging, and I would have had to go through and see if the 50 to 60 files that needed to be updated, or that wouldn't let me update, were dependent on another package. And I was like, okay, that seems like it is a lot of work to maintain the system. I also wanted to give Slackware a try, and I knew that if I tried to boot Arch from the Slackware bootloader, it would get mad. That's a weird bug that I found with Arch recently, is like I can't really dual boot anything besides like Windows. And I don't exactly know why. So I'm actually going to change the name of this to New Year's stream. But yeah, like, for some reason, using Grub on Arch, you can't, detect anything other than Windows. And then if you have a different bootloader, say like Linux Mint, and you try to boot into Arch, it goes, hey, we can't find this kernel image. And then it kind of blue screens on you. So I am currently running with Mint and Slackware current. I was going to do just normal Slackware and ZenWalk to see what the differences were. But ZenWalk just, for some odd reason, when you do when you chroot into the system and you source etc profile, it just gave me a random error message and not really like a saying. So like, for people wondering, why do you do source etc profile? Source etc profile will basically let you know, hey, you're successfully chrooted into the system. So then I just did Linux Mint and Slackware current. So this is my first time giving Slackware like an actual try on a system that I use day to day. However, one of the problems that I cannot seem to fix with Slackware is protobuf is not in the Slack builds tree. It is there, you just can't install it. OBS Studio is actually in SBO Tools, which is what I use to download applications. So I have to like somehow try and set up uh, multi-lib because I want to see if it is a multi-lib issue with Slackware. I don't know. Um, this is all trial and error at this point, and I may have to, reset the distro, which, okay. Installing Slackware really isn't that difficult, and nor is setting it up, really. Um, Now that I've had some practice with it, that is the biggest preface I will make, is I've had practice with Slackware, setting it up on different systems. This is my first time actually, like, I'm going to use this as a daily driver, and I'm going to, like, tinker with it. I think I just would set it up and then kind of forget that I had it. But, like, yeah. So, that's been a fun time, is learning Slackware. Um, I still need to, like, see if I can alias the NVIDIA driver SBO install, SBO remove command, because that is something that I have to do anytime there's a kernel update. Speaking of Slackware, I'm gonna see if I can pull up their changelog, because I want to actually like take a look at their oh, I want to see the changelog so I can like know what to expect for Slackware. We want to go to the Slackware Linux project. I actually want to go straight to their changelogs because we're on the x86-64 architecture. Friday, December 27th. So all the way up to yesterday, I would have... Is there a kernel? Yes. Friday, December 27th, there was a kernel firmware, kernel generic, kernel header, kernel source. Okay, noted. There was a kernel update relatively recently. For people wondering why I'm checking kernel updates, is every time you update the kernel in Slackware, if you have an NVIDIA driver, you have to remove and then reinstall the kernel driver if you don't blacklist the kernel, which I haven't. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, coming up this year, there's a Global Game Jam, as I've talked about quite sparingly. I actually do want to try and do something with Mono Game this year, and people say, well, just use Unity, just use Godot. Mono Game, I believe it is called, uses just generic C#, which is already cross-platform, so it removes the need to find the Windows tool chains. If you're developing on Linux, it kind of removes, well, not kind of, but it removes the need to have a virtual machine for testing. Because that's the thing, like, I've gotten some pushback because I want to use Mono Game. I don't even know if I should call it pushback, but I've gotten some like comments that are just skip the jank and use Unity. I think is the gist of what I've heard. Just skip that and use Unity. Unity kind of removed the ability to do cross-platform compilation, because C# has that ability to because it is cross-platform. You can develop on Linux and the application will run regardless of the platform it's on. As like, I think that applies for the desktop and laptop market. I don't know about mobile. I haven't tested it. Um, but with .NET being cross-platform, I kind of just enjoy having a dev environment on Linux. I I don't know why. It's just I like Linux as an operating system. I've actually grown fond of it over the last several years that I've been using it on and off. Yes, I have switched to Windows, but that's because it does work better for gaming, especially, if you're multiplayer, which multiplayer or you play more modern games. Um, so that's something too is like I have to do a lot of testing to see like what works on Linux Mint compared to what worked on Arch. The one thing that I've always pointed out is, and I can hear it, you know, Arch is what the Steam Deck OS is, like Steam OS is based off of. Much like Garuda, it is a heavily tweaked Arch. Um, and you have to, like, to set Arch up for gaming, you have to know what you're doing. And you have to, like, take time to do it. That's why, like, if I install Arch, and I'm in a rush, let's say Slackware gets borked, right? So, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to run Arch. I would probably run Endeavor because Endeavor actually has, like, it's a Calamares installer, which I'm not saying Arch is terribly hard to install. It takes about 10 minutes to properly install the system. It's the setup that takes a while. Let's be real. You can have Arch installed. It's the setup that you have to do afterwards. Um, yeah. If you do Arch what I've heard termed the Archway, which is following the Arch wiki and then just doing it that way, that could take a while because you have to, install, like, installing the packages doesn't take long. It is setting up your drivers. If you use NVIDIA drivers, you need to make sure that those don't get, removed when you update the system. Um, so that is the one thing that it's like, okay, um, that's why it takes so long. But people will say, and I've also talked about the grub issue where it's not going to detect any other operating system on a different drive. And Slackware, will pick up Linux Mint. Linux Mint will pick up Slackware. I don't know what the issue is. And that's something that I've talked to Bob, one of my good friends, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know that issue. It's probably something very specific." Um so yeah, I don't know. Um but as for like stuff coming up, again, Global Game Jam, and then we're gonna get back to work on the hell even prior to the Global Game Jam. I'm rewriting uh, code for the entire game because we released the demo in October. That demo does not work all the way. I don't know if I've said this. The demo only works to a certain point, so I'm going to try and test more as I progress. Um, so a lot of it is me trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what specifically went wrong? So we're rewriting a bunch of the functions. I'm, and I mean, it would be just a simple refactor, but I'm actually rewriting some old functions. I've written some new functions just to add a bit of color, which is just changing the background text for when a character speaks, which there is no actual way to determine what character is speaking. So I just go, like, if a new line, so let's say the main character speaks, and then captain, like the commanding officer or whatever speaks, this whatever, there'll be two different colors. Whereas if it's just the main character speaking, that will all be one color. It will be kind of like spaced out, so it'll be new lines. Yeah, it'll be a lot of code, but you can kind of make it in the code where if it's just the one character speaking, you can change the color, do the text, change to the next color, or change to the next person that's going to speak their color for the text. I just find that to be useful instead of looking at a wall of gray text. I didn't actually think about that until well after the demo was released. I was like, oh, I could probably do that. I know that's a thing you can do. Um, so yeah, that is a change that has been implemented. Is there anything else? Okay. I think. Oh, there won't be a stream on Friday. I do know that. Uh, or if there is, it's gonna be early in the morning. So I do apologize, but we will probably be back on Saturday. I don't know what we're going to be doing on Saturday, but I do know that it's going to be, it's going to be a game. I don't know what game. Like I said, I listed off a couple games that I want to play. You know, I could play. Would Bubsy work? I've never really played Paws on Fire, so I might actually install that and see if I can get it to work. Um, I haven't played Bubsy in a while. Um, but yeah, starting next week, we're gonna go into the games. I'm actually going to mark in my calendar when Global Game Jam begins, and I'm gonna be looking into different jams that I can participate in. Um, I'm excited. I really am. I don't know, like, we don't know anything this year about a theme, but I do want to see if I can make a simple game in mono game, um, because I want to use C Sharp. I understand it, enough, and I think I could honestly make something. I'm not going to call it good, but I'm going to make something in mono game. We've done a stream in the past working with it, so I may revisit that and do that on a stream leading up to Global Game Jam. I'll have to wait and see, and I'm really excited. And then after Global Game Jam, of course, we will go back to the text adventure game that we have been working on, and I will show off some of the tweaks and stuff that we have added. Um, Again, we've also added, like, if there is an error, the error text will be red. If it's a warning, yellow. So, like, if you don't have mana points, it will just be like yellow text, like a warning text of, hey, you don't have enough points. Errors will be red because, hey, this is something wrong, please fix. That's on my end of, like, hey, something is wrong, because errors in programming usually would be in like a red colored text of some kind. So yeah, right now we're just waiting. Oh, well, let's see if this works.